Hi everybody out there on Facebook. How are you? This is Acting from All Angles, sponsored by Actors in Action. And today we're going to talk about not being able to get your words out. Feeling like you've got the cat's got your tongue. All right, but first let me introduce myself. My name is Julianne Lichty Stratton, and I am the creator for Actors in Action Professional Acting Conservatory, where we train actors to do their very best work, whether it's an audition, a callback, or a booking. And we have a fabulous system for doing that. And on this show, we talk about acting from all the different angles. We talk about the ABCDEFs of acting, which are appearance, business, craft, determination, and emotional health and financial health. All right, all those things are really important, essential for making it in acting. So today we're going to talk about something very interesting that I just learned about a couple of weeks ago, but I've actually it's something I've been experiencing pretty much my whole life. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I feel like there might be people out there that deal with it as well and give you options to be able to overcome this. So what it's called is muscle tension dysphonia, which sounds pretty technical and pretty medical, and it kind of is. But basically what it means is if you ever feel like a tightness in your throat, like constantly, generally speaking, a tightness in your throat, that there's tension there, maybe sometimes it makes you hoarse, maybe sometimes you lose your voice, maybe sometimes you choke up, maybe it gets stronger, it gets more powerful when you are auditioning, when you're under stress. That is something that could be muscle tension dysphonia. So what it is your muscles, it is exactly what it sounds like. Your muscles in your throat are tensing for whatever reason, and it is affecting the way that you speak. So it can be very painful. For me, it's always been very painful. It always hurts when I speak. It can completely cut your voice off. I've heard of people that have completely lost their voices and no longer have the ability to speak because of this situation. It can just make it difficult to talk. It can make you hoarse. It can make it hard to sing. It can make you not want to talk. It can make you not want to go to class, make you not want to act. So basically what happens is this can happen. It can just be onset later in life. It can be something that you learn to do as a child, but you're holding tension in your throat. And the throat is where the voice box is contained. And the voice is hugely important for acting, clearly, for life, but really for acting. And the voice is not just the apparatus of the voice box and the sounds you make. But if you think of voice, think of like the author's voice. You've heard that with authors. They have such a distinct voice. Voice really means how you are letting out into the world what is going on with you. That is your voice. So like your emotional, philosophical voice. And we all have a voice, and our voices are connected to our voice, our physical voice. There are certainly ways to get your voice out without using your voice. You can paint, you can draw, you can write, you can play an instrument. That is getting your psychological, emotional voice out as well. But if you're an actor or a singer, you're going to have to actually use your vocal apparatus for getting your voice out. Okay? And for those of you who have done some acting, certainly those of you who have taken my class, you know how important voice, your physical voice, is to acting. When I have people play verbs in my class, which we do a lot, which are behaviors, I'm always saying, put it in your voice. So example is playing a verb like to lead. If I lead you, I'll say to be or not to be, that is a question, I'll lead you, okay? So to be or not to be, that is the question. So I'm leading you along. Now I wanna make sure I put that in my voice. I'm not just saying to be or not to be, that is the question, but I want it to affect my voice. I want to affect you by use of my voice. So to be or not to be, that is the question. Do you hear the difference? So if our voices, our voice boxes and our throats are tight, we're not going to be able to use our voices fully. We might stutter, we might not be as quick with our impulses. There's lots and lots of things that can happen. So if you feel like your throat is really tight a lot and it's hard to speak, or it hurts to speak, or you feel hoarseness, or you lose your voice after a while of speaking, you may very likely have muscle dysphonia. Now, it is something that you need to get checked out by your doctor. I certainly can't diagnose it for you. But if you feel that way, and if it's chronic, I recommend that you go to your doctor, just go to your general practitioner, have them look at it. They'll scope you. They actually put a scope down your nose, I think, and then it goes in, or into your mouth, and it goes into your voice box, and they look at it, and they see if there's any tension. They see if there's polyps. Polyps are little like calluses on your vocal folds. They see if you're holding tension. And they will tell you, yeah, I think you have muscle tension dysphonia. And then they will refer you to a speech therapist, a speech pathologist. And then you'll go there, and they'll probably rescope you again, and they'll be a little bit more succinct, a little bit more thorough with it, because they really want to diagnose how they can help you. And then either they will help you with speech therapy, or they'll send you to somebody who can, a speech therapist. So I just had a friend who told me about this, my good friend Christy Summerhays, who's an amazing actress, gifted. She told me about this, and I was like, oh, that's what I have. I've always had this. And we were talking, we did a follow-up. We were just talking the other day when we were rehearsing a scene. And she said, yeah, I went to the doctor, and they did the scope on me. And she said that the doctor that looked at her said that her whole vocal folds were just stiff, and they weren't shaky. They weren't vibrating. Your vocal folds are supposed to vibrate delicately, and they're not supposed to be stiff. So they were very, very tense. So she's going to go to a speech pathologist and learn some exercises to help her relax that. Okay? So she showed me a couple of exercises that you can do just to relax your throat right here. So you can just massage right here in your throat. You can also push your throat over like this a little bit and relax it. And push the other side, relax it. You can feel the tension there, releasing. These would be good exercises to do just to relax your voice anyway. Do you see how deep and relaxed my voice is getting? Isn't that nice? I'm feeling very relaxed by that. So those are just a couple of things. I'm going to put some links in for you guys that talk about muscle tension dysphonia. This is from Johns Hopkins Medical Center. And this, if you look and read, if you read about this, it's going to tell you all about it. And if you wanted to get checked out by a specialist, I'm sure you can just Google here, if you're in Utah or if you're somewhere else, just Google where you are, and they will go ahead and help you with that. So let's talk a little bit in the few minutes we have left. I'm going to talk about how I am dealing with my muscle tension dysphonia. So I've been actually in treatment for some anxiety, which has been extremely helpful, the treatment. And I noticed that my muscle tension dysphonia has a lot to do with anxiety and wanting to shut myself down. I'm sure nobody out there can relate to that, right? Nobody else wants to shut themselves down, right? I think it's very common with a lot of people, especially as actors. We're vulnerable people. We try to protect ourselves if we're feeling scared or anything like that. So what I've been doing is I've realized that I have this tension in my throat, and that for me it comes from clamping myself down, being afraid to share who I am with the world. And so what I've been doing is I've just been imagining right here in my throat that my energy is just, instead of being clamped down, is coming out, just spreading out through my throat and opening up energetically, reaching out. And when I do that, I can feel my throat open. Now, I can't do that very well when I speak yet. I've been working on this for a couple of weeks. But when I'm just quiet and I let my energy out and refuse to clamp, it opens right up. And I practice doing that with my speech as well. So that's something you might want to try too. There's lots of different reasons for muscle tension dysphonia. And a lot of them are psychological. Some of them are physical, definitely. So you do need to get that checked out. But if you feel like you have tension in your throat and it affects you, I recommend that you sit down and just sort of feel, what is it? Why? Ask your body, why do I have tension there? Why does my throat hurt? And then see if you can figure out how to let go. And then also go see a doctor about it if you have this, because it can get very serious. I'm going to leave you with one last thing from YouTube. This is a young woman who has muscle tension dysphonia. It's a cool video, and she talks about how she's done all these different things to help it, and she's made a lot of progress with it. So that's really cool. All right, so I hope this was helpful for you. Muscle tension dysphonia. If you have it, check it out. I've had it for years and I didn't know I had it. So, but now knowing, I'm taking action on it, and it's definitely helping my acting, and it's definitely helping my life and my teaching as well. So that's really great news. All right, so for next week, we're going to be talking about anxiety and acting, and how to deal with anxiety in your acting and anxiety in general. I think that's something that's really super important. As I said, I've been in treatment for anxiety, and it's something very, very common nowadays. So we're going to get into that next week. So make sure you join us 6 o'clock Thursday here. Also, I'm going to be hosting the Be Bold Power Up class this Saturday at the studio from noon to 4 p.m. If you haven't signed up yet, I will leave a link below. You need to contact Chelsea Goodman. Actually, let's see. Be Bold. Let me look really quickly here, and I'll get you the link for that. It's going to be a 4-hour class. It's going to be my class. You're going to get my class. And it is Be Bold Power Up. You're going to get my class. So it's a free, well, it's not free, I'm sorry. I think it's $35. And sign up, come to it. You're going to see what my class does. You're going to see, oh, they're not going to let me do that one, sorry. Be Bold Power Up. Here we go. And there we go. So if you want to come check it out, we'd love to have you. Just go ahead and get in contact with Chelsea Goodwin there. All right. Okay, thank you for watching. This is Acting from All Angles. Julianne Lichty Stratton signing out. Have a wonderful evening. We will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.